February 1st, midnight and beyond, Giovanni will be switching to the Shadow Registeel lineup. We have my dad's account right here to show you from two different perspectives. It's the same account, but two perspectives again. This account is level 41. Why do we say that? It's because the Team Go Rocket side, their Pokemon CP will scale up or down based on your trainer level. So the higher you are, the higher their CP will be. We've covered this Persian a lot, but you basically want to handle the fight differently depending on whether it has Feint Attack as its attack or Scratch as the fast attack. And of course, this one has Scratch, so that's why we're sending out a steel type like Stunfisk right here, and it's the Galarian Stunfisk, so Unovan Stunfisk does not do the same right here, and so we're going to be using Muddy Water actually to bait out those shields, so look at that, there's going to be two Muddy Waters down, and I guess I should mention, of course, on the right side, you're going to see the screen that's the other perspective. We're not really even going to talk about that at all. That's basically just a perspective of using legendaries and multiple thousands of CP, 2, 3,000, 4,000, and just like out-muscling him with no strategy at all, basically. I mean, at least there's type advantages, but anyway, so I'm focusing much more on this bigger left side screen right here, and so obviously our Galarian Stunfisk down to the wire. I mean, it's like very, very close to fainting, and it's not going to. This is actually extremely calculated, so I know it looks kind of scary, doesn't it? But we're gonna actually switch into Melmetal. Once we can't do any more Muddy Waters or anything without, then we would get KO'd, of course. The Team Go Rocket Pokemon, after every single charge move, whether they use it or whether you use it, look at this Persian. It's gonna stand completely still, so that's what happens. It's a stun time of almost 3 seconds. Now, if you switch out like manually, or if either team's Pokemon faint, that's also going to trigger the stun time. So look at this. Every single time that we use a charge attack, we're not just going to use a charge attack right away, right after that, even if we have the energy for it. So the point is that you're basically overcharging, you're over-generating that energy so that you can use charge moves and essentially make it to where the Team Go Rocket Pokemon, most of the time, they can't move at all. So notice he threw in the Cloyster there for his middle spot today. This one's going to be using Ice Shard, and so, like I said, you know, we used our Melmetal's Rock Slide like basically about almost 3 seconds after he threw it in because it didn't move or do anything right when Giovanni sent it in. So that's what we're talking about generating your energy, you know, farm it up, over-generate it, because you can stack the energy on top of itself, basically. That means you could have like 2 Rock Slides, for example, like ready to go. So anyway, this is getting down to the wire once again with Melmetal right here. Once again, it's that same principle where I know it can look a little bit scary, but this is actually very well calculated out, at least to some degree. So Stunfisk goes back in. We want to basically save Excadrill, who's planned to take on the Registeel that's going to be in the last spot that we know. Actually, might not have done a Muddy Water. You could probably charge that up all the way, but that's okay. We're getting a little bit more energy that maybe we can use against our Registeel right here, because if you don't KO the Cloyster, the idea is that you just want to get it like 1 or 2 Mud Shots away from being KO'd. You don't want to just KO it with that Muddy Water, because then we can generate more energy. Again, you can get some of those hits before it actually leaves the battlefield. And so other than that, you know, that's our main strategy today, but it's proven very effective if you are struggling. You know, maybe your account also doesn't have those 2,000 to 3,000 CP legendary Pokemon that will just stomp it to death. And so we're gonna go ahead, finally lose our Stunfisk. We actually did get to do Muddy Water once, and that was great, you know, and everything like that. So let's send in Melmetal just for a few free hits. Again, there's stun time, boom, and then we're gonna go ahead and send in Excadrill. Once again, that was like literally just for a few free hits, a little bit of free damage with Melmetal during that stagnation period, which I guess we call stun time. But if this Hyper Beam coming up right here, if that hit us, obviously we would be gone right here. It doesn't even matter. Excadrill resists it, but yeah, it does not matter. Hyper Beam does that much damage, but the good news is, you know, we were definitely well prepared for that. We had a shield, so do keep this in mind. You know, you are going to possibly want a shield for that. That's the one thing about Registeel right here using Lock On. So Lock On is not doing that much damage at all, right? It does 1 damage to us. We're resisting it, actually. Excadrill, being a steel type, is going to resist normal type, which is Lock On. But the thing about it is that it's a move for Registeel or other Pokemon that can generate energy really quickly, so he will probably get off a charge move if you're not careful. You can likely do that same strategy with your Excadrill having Drill Run instead of Earthquake. This playlist will build out over time. As of recording this, Shadow Registeel is brand new, so there will be more soon. Please click an end screen on screen, and thanks for viewing.